Hi everybody, my name is Johna Codieoux and they call me the Beef Boss, and I'm the thriller on the griller. And I'm here for Tender Meat Poland to show you the beef brief. Everything you need to know about cooking a steak in less than 3 minutes. Let's go! Hi everybody, it's me again. Well, John coming at you with the beef in brief. Today's topic is the New York sirloin steak or the strip loin steak. Really amazing piece of meat. Now we have a couple different versions here. We got a nice thin version here. That's nice for one person. And then we got a big, fat, juicy, big New York steak here. That's good for 2 people or maybe even 3, depending how big your family is. Now, I talked about it in one of my other videos, but for a piece of meat like this that's nice and thin, I might keep it in the fridge a little bit longer. But for a steak like this, nice big fat steak, I want to take that out of the fridge for about 30 minutes and make it warm up in the middle so it cooks nice and evenly. We have a couple of really good tricks to make sure that we cook the steak perfectly. We can use a probe and we can stick it right in there, and then it'll tell you exactly how you want to cook it. Rare, medium, medium well, however you want your steak. That's what's the most important here. So you put that probe in there, you set that up, and it'll do it for you exactly right every single time. Now, for a big steak like this, you see all this big, beautiful fat? We want to bring some of this out. So what I usually do is, I'm going to make a little mark on the top of my steak, and that'll help bring some of that fat and some of that flavor out. It's really good trick. Same on this one, but all I got to do here is cut it once, and that'll help render out some of that amazing fat and get lots of flavor in there. Again, we've got great US beef here. We spent a lot of time, a lot of energy getting all this beautiful marbling in here. So all we need is a little bit of oil, very neutral, on top of the steak, and a little bit of salt. That's all we really need. At the end, I might finish it off with a little bit of butter, because I like a little bit of butter, and maybe a little bit of pepper. And that's all you really need to make a really great steak. When you pick a great ingredient from a great partner like Tender Meat Poland, you have a great final product. I can't make a bad steak great. I can make a very good steak even better. So let's go to the grill. Now, obviously, with a big steak like this, we need to get it going real early and make sure that we're cooking it ahead of time. But I've already got my steak going from before, a little bit of movie magic here, and we want to make sure that we're doing that really properly. So I'm going to cook this one, and I'm going to move my steak around to make sure that I build up all that Maillard reaction. That's what's really important. All that color on the outside. That's golden brown delicious. That's what we're after. All those beautiful amino acids and carbohydrates turning into sugar and turning into great product. Now, I'm a flipper, and I move my steak around the grill because I want to build up that color. Now, with a steak that's going to be small, it's very important to use a very hot grill because you want to make sure that you're not overcooking it. And that's what we got to be careful of. We're not overcooking it. I'm not even going to close this down because I want all that direct fire to hit my steak. And I'm going to move my steak around that grill to make sure that I maximize the amount of heat that's retained. Never throw out your can. If it's a cold day, just use that can to keep that open a little bit. And then we don't bake our steak like an oven. We're still grilling it, but we're keeping all that great heat on the inside of our grill. We're not losing any of that amazing flavor. But for now, I got a beautiful hot grill, so I'm gonna move that steak around. You see it, we're already gotten we can cook for those lines. It depends who's coming to dinner, but I like more color on my piece of meat. Color. That's all that matters to me, is getting the most flavor and the most color out of my piece of meat. I worked in a restaurant one time and they said, I can't use a grill because it's too much fire. That's what we're born into. We're cavemen. We love fire, we love meat. That's what we love the most in the whole world. And what's really important, here's the steak I cooked earlier. Beautiful golden brown. We're gonna leave that and we're gonna let that rest for a few minutes. If it gets too hot, just move it around, let those flames die down a little bit, and we'll be okay in a second. That's all you gotta do. Don't ever walk away from your barbecue. This is a very intense piece of machinery, and we wanna make sure that we're treating it with respect. And we do that by not walking away and letting things burn. We always pay attention to what we're doing. We're really thinking about where that beef comes from and how do we make it good. Another little trick to cook it. See, I'm always changing my angle, so I want to make sure that I'm building up all that fantastic color. That's what's most amazing to me, is color, color, color. Drive those juices right in the middle so that when you eat that steak, it's really, really evenly cooked and it's got some amazing, amazing flavor. That's what's important. Really simple. Great beef, a little bit of oil, and a little bit of salt. I'm not a magician. All I do is take great beef and I make it better. Now, I like my steak about medium rare, medium, because I like to make sure that I get some of that fat in there, nice and melted, and make sure that all those juices are inside the steak. That's what I'm after. Lots of flavor, lots of juice. And I can see it's coming along really nice. You see me? Just play with it. Listen to it, right? Don't leave your barbecue. Listen to your barbecue. Listen to what it's saying to you. Enjoy those moments you have outside with your friends and family. I tell everybody, I cook with 3 things. Great meat, great salt, and a little bit of love. And everybody remembers the best meal they ever had. It was always your mother's cooking because she made food with love. And if you make your food with love and you pay attention to your food, it makes it really, really amazing. You'll find you won't believe how different it is. When you're in a bad mood, you make the same meat, and when you're in a good mood, you feel love, you're sitting around with your friends, your family, your loved ones, how great that steak is. Now you see me doing this. Because this is such a small steak, it's hard to use a probe. So we just use this little technique here. We basically feel our meaty part of our hand. We go rare, medium, medium well, and well done. It's a great little trick that any home cook can do, really nice and easy, and it works for every time. And like I said, I like my steak to be about medium, and just by the sound, by the look, and by what's happening with my fire, I know I'm very, very close. And like I said, we want to rest our steaks. We want those steaks to relax and for all those juices to get inside the steak. So there's our 2 steaks, really beautiful, relaxing, and enjoying it. That steak's gonna take a little bit longer, but like I said, we got one that we cooked a little bit earlier. So these are gonna be fantastic. We just wait, not too long. I don't want the steak to cool down, but I want those juices to just relax and really settle down and make a really, really great eating experience. These are gonna be fantastic. Now, it's been about 8-10 minutes. We have our steaks. They are beautifully cooked. There's a beautiful golden brown on the outside. GBD, golden brown, delicious. These strip loins, from the bottom of the back, just below the ribeye, really, really amazing piece of meat. Lots of tenderness. Those middle muscles are always the most tender. So all we need to finish that off is a little bit of melted butter. I'm gonna put that on top. Everything, that's what my mother used to say. My mom's from Ireland, and she says, everything is always better with a little bit of butter. A little bit of salt to finish, and I love a little bit of fresh pepper. I don't put fresh pepper on the grill because it'll burn and become acrid on your teeth, and I don't like that. Now, we threw a couple of beautiful tomatoes on the grill, nice and grilled up for you. A couple of, because we're simple. This is just meat, salt, and oil. It's so easy. Mushroom, salt, oil, that's it. A couple of beautiful green onions from the garden, just grilled up, super fantastic. A little bit of parsley for color, and then comes the exciting part. We get to see what we've done. And we cook, oh baby, that's gonna be good. You know, I've cooked a lot of steaks. I've cooked more steaks sometimes. I don't even remember how many steaks I've cooked. But every time I cook a beautiful steak, I always think about how lucky I am to be able to enjoy that piece of meat with my friends, with my new friends, traveling around the world, talking about, cooking about, eating great US beef provided to us by Tender Meat Poland, one of the finest distributors in the country. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that perfect cooking all the way through. Beautiful golden, beautiful red, brown, delicious. Those are almost cooked perfect. Now come on. These are 2 steaks cooked totally different size, cooked perfectly. Some beautiful vegetables, really, really simple. Now all we need to do, before I give it to all my friends and family, I gotta make it double check and double check and make sure that it's a really great piece of meat. Ooh-wee! That is a great piece of meat. Fat, flavor, and a lot of love. Thanks for joining me on the beef in brief, how to cook a steak perfectly in 3 minutes or less. Let's go, dinner time.